KEARTH 101, that's Benny Mardones. I'm Gary Bryan. Lisa Stanley is right here. Brandon, the producer. Timmy, the Cabana Boy. And on the treadmill...
Live on the treadmill,
calling in this morning is Charlie Sheen. Hey, Charlie.
Buenos dias, all. Hey, guys, I'm watching this dead fish cleanup story, you know?
Yeah.
Why is there a guy there with an H salt hat, like stuffing them all in a bag? Very strange.
It's called lunch. It's called lunch, Charlie.
It's called what?
It's
lunch.
Dinner and breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, no, radical.
Exactly.
Radical. What exactly happened? Did they all watch my video, all those fish?
They say there was a lack of oxygen. I think you've sucked all the air out of Los Angeles, my friend.
Like a napalm strike. Steak and nape.
That's it.
Speaking of that, let me just hit you right off the bat. People are talking about your behavior. They're calling it, yes, we know, bipolar. They're calling you crazy. How does Charlie Sheen describe his behavior?
Winning behavior? I don't know. It's just all these people are coming out as so-called experts, and I have to scoff at their silliness because they've never met the man.
Yeah, I mean, you're being analyzed by every mental health expert in the world.
Who's never met him, as he points out.
And they all say, no, we don't know him, we haven't treated him, but we think we know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, I know. I must dismiss them with the flick of my finger. Bye-bye.
Can you also...
Losing. Bye-bye.
Could you also say one thing for me? Tell me what a yellow cockroach is, please.
Well, that's a low form of a cockroach, and it's a coward of a cockroach. I mean... Start there.
Okay.
End there.
Okay.
Now, the first thing I wanted to ask you was, we talked to you a couple of days ago, and you felt like maybe there was going to be a deal made, and you'd be back on CBS on 2.5 Men, and then suddenly that afternoon, Warner Brothers cut ties. So what happened between, was that something that they had planned for a long time that they finally sort of executed, so to speak, or was that something that happened because of something that happened that morning, or you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think they've been pining for this for a long time, but again, I don't like to lead with opinions or judgments, but I don't have a lot of facts about why they made their decision. I don't know. I don't really care at this point because the die has been cast. It's pretty much done. I'm talking to Rob. He's a buddy of mine. He's a beautiful man. He's a brilliant actor, and I hope he does it and kicks its ass because I still get paid.
He still gets paid. Well, there was a poll this morning I saw on Good Morning America. 42% of the people polled say no Charlie, no show.
Wow! I send you all a giant warlock hug through this radio station.
And by the way, have you seen all the Saturday Night Live spoofs and even House? Hugh Laurie spoofed you. What do you think of all that?
Hugh Laurie did? Wow, he's a genius. That's awesome. No, those are all warm hugs. Those are all absolute, an homage. And for me, if it's done tastefully and with really smart humor, I just think it's totally Gnarls Gnarlington and completely bitchin', And
what about, speaking of warm hugs, you're not getting any of those, you say, from John Cryer. What's going on there?
Nah, I'll apologize to John right now I was in a mood and I threw that out to somebody I didn't know they were. Well, I kind of knew they were going to print it. Yeah, I knew they were going to print it. I was like, print it now. Yeah, I confused myself.
So you're apologizing? Are you apologizing now to John Cryer?
A little bit. It's kind of a half apology. It's an appall.
Well, have you talked to John since all that came down?
No, the reason I was upset is I didn't get a text or a phone call or anything saying like, hey, dude, back off, or I got your back, or you got my back, or there's a back involved, or something,
Because it's a team, yes.
Well, I thought so.
Yeah.
Well, it should be. I mean, you were an ensemble cast.
However, let me big shout out to the lovely and talented Marin Hinkle. Chuck Lorre never got her name right in 8 years.
Really?
He called her Marin.
What?
Her name is Marin, you turd. Listen to it once. You've heard it 82 trillion times over 8 years. Pay attention.
Speaking of her, have you spoken with her? Have you spoken with Angus? Have you spoken with anybody?
I spoke to Angus, and he had an interesting take that I don't want to give away on the radio. He's a beautiful young man, and he's really looking forward to his future, and you should reach out to him and, I don't know, maybe pick his genius brain.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Cool. His mom called me, his dad called me. wonderful people. Here I am in my 400th mile on the treadmill.
Yeah, I just want to make clear to everybody, if you just tuned in, Charlie Sheen is with us, and he's on the treadmill. That's why he sounds so out of breath.
Yes, and I cover, 81,000 miles in 14 minutes.
Speaking of all those miles, we heard you're going to go to Haiti with Sean Penn. Any truth to that?
100% true, yeah.
When are you going?
I don't know yet. I don't know, probably soon. I'm sure you'll know when I'm there.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
some people would say, haven't they suffered enough?
Wow, ouch, that's kind of mean.
She's mean, I'm telling you.
Then those losers should go there and, I don't know, see it for themselves firsthand,
What are you planning on doing while you're in Haiti?
Whatever is asked of me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whatever
Charlie.
I'm capable of, whatever I can do to deliver a little bit of faith, a little bit of, maybe put a smile on a few faces that wouldn't otherwise have it if I wasn't there,
By the way, we understand that you'll also be traveling with Scarlett Johansson, so now I am jealous.
Scarlett's coming on the trip?
Yes, she is. I actually saw Sean Penn the other night and Scarlett, and they were discussing it, and that's why I was asking you.
Greg, rally the goddesses. No, that's awesome. She's brilliant and beautiful, and I hope they, I don't know, just live forever together.
Now, do you think that someone replacing you like you did with Michael J. Fox on Spin City, if they can make it work like you did, because you really took that show to new heights when you took over?
Thank you. I was kind of lame the first season, but I got my sea legs the second season and sort of settled in.
Can Rob Lowe do that, or can John Stamos do that in Charlie Sheen's place in 2.5 Men?
Oh, I'm sure they could if they just. The only advice I would give them. No, there's no advice. I would recommend they consider. Just making it their own. Make it your own. Don't look at the 177 episodes that I brilliantly did. Just park those. Ignore the 400 reruns every week that you can't avoid. Cancel your Sheen app.
Cancel your Sheen app.
I would recommend in all seriousness that they just make it their own.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How can you do that? This show was your show. I mean, I don't know how they can do it.
I don't know. I mean, again, I'm the only guy that doesn't really have any answers about the decision that was made.
Yeah.
And they're calling me, unstable and a mental health candidate and blah, blah, blah.
It's interesting, man. When we talk to you, you don't sound unstable to me.
Never. Never when we speak do you sound unstable.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a lot of that. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me ask you something about, we heard about the outtake reel that Warner Brothers put together that supposedly shows you unable to do the work, showing up unprepared, can't deal with anything. And they put together that reel and they said, we've got this. I don't know whether they released it or not. What do you think that does in terms of you coming to grips with their legal issues with them? I mean, is that obviously they put that together to try to go into a courtroom or an arbitration?
It has to be arbitrated.
So it's go into arbitration and say, look, we're not breaching the contract. He breached the contract.
Let me get some water. Hold on. Hey, help!
You choked him up on that one.
I choked him up on that. I had to get some water.
On that question.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man. Hold on.
Go ahead. We're on with Charlie Sheen, and he's on the treadmill.
There's a reel?
Yeah, they say they have outtakes of you where you can't remember your lines. In other words, they're proving, they say, that you can no longer perform your duties that you have to perform in the context of the show. What do you have to say about that?
Excuse me, poppycock.
Okay.
I claim poppycock. No, I think that that's just, if that's the best they got. Is that the best they got? Wow. Burial, losing, sizzle, bye.
So no, you're not worried. You're not worried at all.
I'm sorry to interrupt. If that's the case, they should review. And this is all, still a warm hug to John. They should review the gag reel at the end of every year because it's not the gag reel; it's the John reel.
Ah, right. Very good.
There's a little thing we call popping the bubble. When someone blows a line, you've let the air in, you've let the audience in, you've let the reality in, and so, John's the bubble popper.
Yeah.
And it's okay because it makes it fun for the audience. They're probably speaking about the night where Kenny Lofton was there. So why don't I subpoena him, and he can talk about the second take. First take was strike three, looking backwards K, go back to the dugout, regroup. Second take was a walk-off grand slam into the upper deck in Game 7 of the World Series.
Well, what's next for you now, Charlie? You signed a deal with Live Nation. You're going on tour. You're going to Haiti. What do we have to look forward to? Because honestly, I'm loving you.
I think me and Pinsky should jump in the ring, and he should see how unstable these fists
Dr. Drew?
Flaming Fury are.
Oh, Dr. Drew. You want to take on Dr. Drew?
Yeah, dude. I'll show you how unstable I am. Bring it. Bring it, little man.
But what about your career? What are you going to do next? Because we love you on television.
I don't know. I think my days on TV might be a little bit behind me. I'll go make some movies with some brilliant directors. And
Major League 3?
Yeah, that's right around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's tons of opportunity. You know, when you talk about Roman Coppola, and Nick Cassavetes, and David Ward, and people like that, it's just, you know, I got geniuses like waiting for me to just say, let's do this. So I'm not really worried. I got no job, I got no dough, but let's go shake the tree.
Charlie, we'd like to come over to the house and bring you a sandwich. And,
yeah, we'd like to help you out if you're that broke. I mean, honestly.
Well, I mean, I don't want to break your budget, but extra mayo, hello. Oh, but wait a minute. Wasn't this supposed to be Sheen 101?
We actually have something when we're off the air we're going to play for you for your approval.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yeah, we worked that up for you.
We worked that up for you, and as soon as we're off the air, we're going to get your approval.
Sorry about that. Kind of wet blanketed the whole thing.
That's all right. No worries.
It's groovy. Well, thanks for being on. But by the way, one last question. Sure. Lisa had this kind of crack theory this morning that you did all this on purpose because you wanted to leave the show, and you just were cooking up a big thing here so that you could get off the show, 2.5 Men.
Even I'm not that brilliant. because what people don't think about is you can't factor in the ex-wives in a plan like that.
Oh, you are sharp.
Also, all the naysayers, all the 5150ers, you know?
Yes.
Tell them to go look up J. Edgar Billets, 1843.
Who is he?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Fooled ya.
We love you, Charlie.
I love you guys. You're awesome. You're beyond awesome. You're awesome.
Thanks. Hang on. We want to play this little thing for you off the air.
Hang on one second.
We'll be right with you.
Right on.
Okay, it's 5:44. It's Charlie Sheen on KEARTH 101.